What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel on the Sticks with Lee. In today's video we're baking chocolate chip cookies. Now this cookie recipe comes from a YouTuber named Honeysuckle, so we're going to give her recipe a shot. She says that her cookies are crunchy on the outside, soft and chewy in the inside. Now the ingredient list is very simple. Most items you'll have in the house. If not, you just have to grab a couple things from the grocery store. Make sure you get the Kerrygold butter. We'll start by preheating the oven, then getting our parchment paper out and laying it on the baking sheet. Now spray some Pam down just to help the parchment paper stick. If you have some butter, you can also lay that down as well. Just do whatever to make sure the parchment paper is onto the pan. That'll be it. Now we'll make our way to the pan, put in some of the butter. We're going to melt the butter down. Now what we're aiming to get is a nice brown texture. You want to brown the butter is what it's called. It might look like it's burning up, but just give it a little time and then we'll pour it into a mixing bowl. Once you pour it in the mixing bowl, you want it to cool down. You don't want to start adding your ingredients to the butter yet just because the butter is so hot and it'll make the cookie very oily. Start by adding our sugar, mix it in a little bit with the butter. Then next we'll get our brown sugar. Sprinkle that in. After that, mix it up a little bit more. All of these flavors will gel together well. Make sure you follow the ingredient list in the instructions. I will have that in the description box below. Once we mix those two things in, we'll start by adding the egg. Mix it in. You don't need any tools for this. If you have a hand mixer, you can use it if you want. The spatula works well. Go ahead and fold that in. Again, this is a very simple recipe. Next, we'll start by adding some salt, a little bit of baking soda. Then we'll add our pure vanilla. Now pure vanilla is expensive in the store. Right here I got some relatively cheap stuff, but if you want to get the expensive you can. Alright, so mix that all in. It's coming together well. This is the dough, what it looks like before you add in the flour. You just want a nice smooth consistency. Now we'll go in and add our flour. Next we'll add our chocolate chips in. I couldn't find a large chocolate chip, so I settled for these. Whatever will do. If you like chocolate chips, you can use that. If you like raisins, anything, you can add whatever you want. Next time I might add some Oreo pieces just to have a little fun with it. Go ahead and fold that flour in. You want to fold it in till you see at least 95% of the flour going mixed in well. It's a nice dough right here. This is the texture you want for the perfect cookie. Now don't do this right here. I tried to do something different and use a different tool, and of course I broke it, so I had to resort back to my ice cream scooper. I didn't have the ice cream scooper like the YouTuber did, but this one to work, or whatever ice cream scooper you have. You want to make a nice round ball. What I did was flatten the bottom a little bit and then circle the top. I just like the cookie to come out a little bit thicker. So yeah, go ahead and pat the ball down. You can roll it circular if you want, but it all depends on how you like the cookie. You can make smaller balls, or you can make bigger ones, whatever you want. I'm gonna start out by making 6. I'll make the rest later. Again, these cookies are big, so you know, if you're sharing something with somebody, your loved one, a spouse, friends, start by using 6, keep the oven on and make the rest. And if you have more people you want to share these cookies with, you can make another batch, leave the oven on, it'll be nice and ready to go. Right here we have a nice ball, a lot of chocolate chips, looking good, man. Coming along well. So far I like this recipe. I think it's a super easy recipe. Again, you gotta try it. If you love chocolate chip cookies, you'll love this recipe. Now if you want, you can add some sea salt to it. This was recommended in the video, so I decided to follow it. You don't have to, it's optional. But what I will say is sea salt gives it a nice contrasting flavor. You know, you bite into the chocolate, you get the sweet, then you get the salty out of the salt. And it's the perfect mix. I'm struggling here clearly, but you know, it's coming along well. Now we're gonna pop the oven open. It is ready, again at 350 degrees. Set the timer. It says 10 to 12 minutes. I started with 11 minutes. You see we got the nice brown cookie. You can keep your eye on it. If you want it a little browner or you want to cook it through more, you can do that. If you like a little more doughy cookie, you can take it out earlier. Probably recommend doing 10 minutes, but I left it in for 11 minutes and then I checked it one more time. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Appreciate it.